Hey y'all, welcome in. Oh god, I've forgotten where the hell I put my face cam in TCG live streams. Good thing I could just pull up my phone and just go to my videos and look at my VODs. Where's my channel? View channel, videos. I'm on the wrong account. Switch account. I'm supposed to be more prepared than this, but when have I ever? Where do I put myself? Looks like I put myself in the top right. That makes sense. I think I cover only my opponent's deck at that point. Anyway. Professionalism. Only the most professional around here. And put this down there, and that seems pretty good. Okay. Yeah, so welcome in. We are, doing a little bit of TCG live tonight. I wanted to get back to streaming. Wasn't sure exactly what to stream, so this is a good kind of default option. I've been kind of sick and busy being sick and all that jazz for a little bit, which is why I haven't been streaming, but yeah, we're going to try to get back into the swing of things. So, what are we playing today? Not Flareon Sylveon. Playing Gardy Slowking. I've been on the Slowking train since before it was cool. So in Japan right now, they are already post-rotation, and a lot of people there are running Slowking with the Zatu engine, which is good. But part of the reason it succeeds so much is that you play like 2 or 3 cure a minute because your opponent, there's no mana fee anymore, so your opponent like can't bench protect easily. So like, you don't need to keep the engine going for a lot of turns, because you can just kind of cure them a couple turns and get away with that. In this format, you do need to keep the engine going, and so the way that we do that is by using... Excuse me? Oh, there's the new click things I think it wants me to use. But yes, we're going to be using the, whatchamacallit, the Gardy engine. Squawk, they said I could go first. This could be like anything. I mean, not anything. This could be a lot of things. Okay, we're gonna look for who's prized. Kieran's there, Onyx there. I'll talk about the deck in a little bit. There's a Slowking prize. No, there's one in hand. I always do that. Let's see. Stretcher and Academy prize. No, one Academy in hand, one Stretcher prize. Importantly, Hyper Aroma is in there, so we can Hyper Aroma with Irida next turn. Okay. So, yeah, the kind of idea with the Slowking deck. Ancient Box or Turbo Dark? I think Turbo Dark, just with the Baby Moon. Based on Catcher. That's okay. We can live with that. We still have one Curlia, we can still make do. It's not called Make Do, it's called Refinement. Anyway. No, another Baby Moon? Is this just Ancient Box? But, like, bad? Oh, we got XP. But yeah, so the idea behind this is Slowking's attack, seek inspiration, discard the top card of your deck, and if it is a Pokemon without a rule box, you get to use one of its attacks as this attack. Academy at Night. Once during each player's turn, that player put a card from their hand on top of their deck. So right before you go, you do the attack. You put whatever Pokemon you want right on top of your deck, and then you're guaranteed to do whatever effect you want. Pretty silly, pretty cool. How do you consistently power up a Slowking with 2 energy? Well, right now, pretty good way is Gardevoir. Post-rotation, it's Zatu and stuff. But right now, Gardevoir, you play Irida, so you can get the water Slowpokes as basics. Kind of good ways to do it. And then, yeah. I think we still go and Hyper Aroma. I didn't even check how many Gardevoir EX are prized. 1 is prized. And Ultra Ball? Both Ultra Balls are in deck, okay. Alright, let's Aroma. We will grab probably... We've got a good amount of fodder here. Crobat's gonna be useless, so... Let's actually just grab 2 Curlies as Slowking. And we're going to throw away the Crobat here, because Crobat's not going to do us any good. Oh my god, the Presso with the sub. Sure would love to see some Psychic Energy. 17 months, that's crazy. Yeah, we're going to end it there. Counter Catcher's not going to slow him down, because Petra so. Kind of a bad start here, especially if they have a boss or flip heads on a Pokemon Catcher and get the Curlia here. Good. No more bullshit. Okay, that was pretty good. We like seeing their stadiums go, because it means they can't bump the Academy as easily. Also, Fez going is always nice, of course. There's no... Cringe. Okay. Well, we'll see what the Straighten gives us, but we might be up the creek without a paddle here. This is kind of one of the problems with it. Is that it takes a turn or two to come online, especially with a slow start like we had. And so if your opponent just hunts the Curlias, it can be a problem. Or if they blow them up with, whatchamacallits. If they blow them up with, Dusknoirs. Oh wait, we can, well, no, let's just rip the focus up. This might be a mistake. Yeah, I mean, it's not terrible, honestly. We're essentially in the same situation. We'll bump their Pokestop with an Academy. We have that luxury right now, and I don't particularly want to give them cards. And then we will end turn there. I don't want them being able to rip their Pokestop, basically. I'm getting more catchers and stuff. So, like, this is just all Baby Moons. Like, this is not a great deck, but they run up against a deck that does not mind taking 100 damage. If we were playing, like, Dragapult or something, we'd just be walking all over them. Alright, the Slowpoke's going to be a sacrifice because I don't have a way to get 2 energy on it this turn. We haven't seen any energy, by the way, which is unfortunate. But we can make a little bit of something happen here. We can Cypher for, let's see here. What do we want to Cypher for? Oh, we have 3 out of 6 energy prize. That's cringe. I think we go Earthen Vessel. Probably Cypher, just so we can guarantee what we want next turn. And then we refine. We shall refine the... I kind of want the Terrakion. Oh no, the Counter Catcher will be nice to take a Oko. We'll refine the Onyx. We'll probably need the Onyx at some point, but we don't need it immediately. The other thing I haven't thought of is that we need something to throw away with this vessel. Good one, Zach. We will throw away the Academy at the risk of that being something that bites us in the ass in a little bit. And we'll end it there. So long, little Slowpoke. A follower? I can't see a follower on my event list thing. I have to change the size of this window. Hurricane Tron, thank you for following. Okay. Alright, I think we're in business. Because now what we can do is we can use this Terrakion to buy ourselves a turn. So we're actually in pretty good business here. Poofin. Give me a Ralts and another Slowpoke. And then I will Cypher. We're going to Cypher probably this. Yeah, do that. And then we will refine a Slowking. We're going to attach manually the Psychic Energy this turn, and we're not going to put a 2-prizer in play. And then Academy, the Terrakion on top of the deck. Counter Catcher the other Moon, because we're going to be doing 120 on the nose here. And then we'll seek Inspiration. Cavern Tackle. And so Cavern Tackle is cool. This is something we're losing with rotation. So it won't win the post-rotation list. But Cavern Tackle is cool. Basically prevent all effects next turn. Damage and effects of attacks. So the Slowking will live. Assuming no gusting, like double gusting bull, but that doesn't happen very often. Well, thank you for coming by, Hurricane Tron. I appreciate it. Concealed Guards. He did put a big moon in play. I do like that. Especially if he doesn't actually get a KO this turn. I don't know if he knows that we use Cavern Tackle, or like what Cavern Tackle does. Because he promoted his moon that's going to do damage, so unless he has a boss in hand, he's not getting a KO. In which case we can kind of play around that. We have one more counter catcher in deck, I think, so we can, hi Watson. Hi Watson. So we can, like, counter up, like, the big moon or something like that. Can you not with the Pokemon catchers? Thank you. Regigigas is going to be our requirement fodder. It's very useless in this matchup. They don't play any Terras. I mean, I guess it does a flat 100 damage, but we can also just attach 3 energy and use Super Psybolt. That is more problematic. I was hoping they didn't play 3 Pokestop. They do. Whatever this weird list is. Double Baby Moon. By the way, we're listening to Heart Gold Soul Silver music in... Haha! Did not read Cavern Tackle. Chump. But yeah, listening to Heart Gold Soul Silver music in honor of our king here. Nothing to grab off the Poffins. We're going to refine the Gigas. And then we will refine the Poffin. Okay, we do have a problem, and that problem is no Academy. Yeah, this 3 Psychic Energy being stuck in the Prizing, also kind of cringe, because I would love to just attach one with Super Psybolt. And we can do that. We can use this Irida for the other vessel. And I think that's what we're going to have to do. We're going to have to do that, and we're going to throw away Manaphy with it, because, again, Manaphy's not doing anything in this matchup. 2 more Academy in there. We just couldn't find them. Love to see it. Again, I don't want to put the big Gardevoir in play, because that means they just win. It still doesn't get us the KO, though, does it? Oh, that's kind of cringe. Yeah. No, I don't like this at all. Kind of up the creek without a paddle here. We had a very slow start. And the Petroret being in play means that we can't really do anything with, counter catchering and, like, doing 2 turns of Slowbro. Unfortunate. I think this one's a lost cause. We'll play it out, just in case I'm wrong. Best Pokemon games, IMO. I'm very, very biased towards Gen 4, because that was my first generation. So, you know, Diamond, Pearl, Platinum kind of thing. And then I played Legends Arceus, and I had so much fun with that, even though it looks like a GameCube game. I think Legends Arceus is my favorite Pokemon game ever. These don't do the job. Yeah, I'm really regretting throwing away that Academy, because we could have done something cool with Academy last turn. And instead we just had to smack for 120, and I think we're losing. Yeah, we're just gonna go next game. I know I can get something off that second refinement, but it's not gonna matter. This is a gaudy outfit. I'm here for it. Alright, fingers crossed we have a better start than that one. Yeah, I mean, this has, this deck has the same susceptibility to bad starts that Gardevoir has, because it's obviously a pretty similar engine. It just doesn't have the luxury of playing, like, a bunch of Ionos or unfair stamps or stuff like that to get new hands, so you just kind of have to hope that Curlias live and draw you through your deck. choice there. This is a hand. These are cards you are allowed to play. Again, really only one Poffin is not cool. Poof. We will grab 2 rolls. It is more important to get 2 Curlias next turn than it is to get Badoo set up. We will hope that the Iono gives us Badoo naturally, or a Poffin or something. What else are we looking at? Hyper Aroma's in deck. Looking at Kyurem is prized. That will be important to know. Is our Heavy Ball prized? It is not, so we can get that out of the prizing if we see the Heavy Ball. I think that's really the only important things. 1 Slowpoke. Oh, 2 Slowking prized. Oh, okay, that's kind of important. That's actually very important. That's the deck. The deck is Slowking. We'll throw away a Stretcher. I want to keep the Lana's Aid, because that's so good at the end of the game. And then we'll pass our turn. So right now they're thinking, oh, this guy is playing Gardevoir. Just standard Gardevoir. So I'll fill my bench. I don't have to worry about it. Certainly I'm not going to get Kyurem. I'm playing Gardevoir. We're gonna evolve to a Curlia first, and refinement away this energy just to guarantee that it gets into the discard before the Iono. Yes, that means that we end the turn with less cards in our hand, but... Alright, so we're playing Greninja Frostlass. That is interesting. Because we are going to have a lot of things with refinement in play. Alright, less easy to get the Badoo lock on them now, because we can't Poffin for it. Like I said, can't Poffin for it. We are gonna Iono for a new hand here. I just need different cards. We need Slowpokes in play. Wow, okay. The cool thing about the Cypher Maniacs, besides stacking the deck for Slowking, is that they're a great way to get out of, item lock, right? You can just, like, put the Slowking and Academy on top of your deck with Cypher Maniac, so... we will... Well, let's see. You know, attacking with Gardevoir itself isn't terrible in this matchup, so let's put an energy on a Curlia. Because then, next turn, we can just, Cypher the Gardevoir, retreat the Manaphy, and start attacking and start doing something. Huh. We got an item. Double Badoo. Cringe. No, my ciphers! This is significantly worse. There's in fact no supporter in this hand. I went from like 4 to none. He still doesn't have a Frostlass down, so we have to be thankful for that, I guess. Okay, Drayton can help. Operative word being can. We're unfortunately not going to see those ciphers anytime soon. If I'm going to wait a Poffin, because we ain't playing that anytime soon. Alright, we will Irida, so we guarantee a Slowpoke. And we'll get the Heavy Ball for when we break the item lock. Because, yeah, Kyurem's gonna go hard. Again, remember where I'm like, they're not expecting Kyurem, they think they're playing regular Gardevoir, and so they fill their bench and don't put Manaphy down, if they even play Manaphy. But I've seen these lists play Manaphy because you can actively heal it with Monkey Dory. That's annoying! Stop doing that. I want my hands. Could you at least show me your cipher? Or show me my cipher if you're going to do that to me? The lass. She finally appears. Alright, we have another Irida, but that does not really advance us towards our goal. Drayton may. But we're going to start with a refinement of, I think, probably the Terrakion. I think that's... We're not particularly concerned about Cavern Tackle doing things in this game. Alright, Drayton, show me Gardevoir EX. Haha! What a lad. Okay. We have lots of options now. And I can see the option we want to take, which is 4 energy. Sweet. Okay. We're going to Scream Tailor Monkey. Just because that's going to be such a pain in the butt. And yes, this means that our Scream Tail will die to Badoo's Itchy Pollen next turn. But that's okay. That is acceptable to take out the monkey, because the monkey will be doing annoying stuff. But we do this. Roaring Scream will now do 180. And so long, monk. Ooh, something I just remembered that's fun. When this eventually becomes a Greninja EX, if it ever does, if they ever get the chance, it's gonna have a psychic weakness, so that'd be nice. Artisan! Whatever. Artisan for another monkey. I know what you're doing. Or not, you don't have one in deck. Get bent, nerd. Stretcher for your monkey, because you realized you don't have another in deck. Stretcher for your dark energy. Okay. No real surprise there, but they don't have any damage to work with this turn, so there's going to be a double KO. They're going to Pollen here, and then Froslass will tick. That's okay, though. We can still work around, though. Alright. Zon. Do we necessarily want anything with this? Get another Waltz, I guess. Not the one in our hand, but just the, you know. Yeah, there's one Slowking in deck. That is the problem here. Maybe we don't, because we can play Lana's Aid this turn for the Scream Tail back. Yeah, let's not do that. Ah, go away. I know what I'm doing. I'm smart. Let us refine. Probably the Irida. We're probably done, especially if we're gonna get item locked a bunch. Lana. Screamtail, Terrakion. And yeah, we only need 3 now, right? Yeah, so let's keep one in hand so that we can manually attach and stuff. Etc, etc. Do that. That. Treats to Screamtail. I'm gonna bump their Artisan, just for good measure. Is there any reason to evolve this Curlia this turn? I don't think so. And 6. I wish there was a way to do it so that we, you know, would KO it in between turns or something, but it doesn't particularly matter. I don't think they play Pheasantipity anyway. Anything else we want to do? I don't think so. I think we're good. I think there's no reason to evolve this Curlia yet. We do that next turn. So we just, we Roaring Scream. No monkey! Monkey free zone. Come on, Kyurem. I just want the Kyurem because we can't play the heavy ball with, the Badoo lock. I just want the Kyurem because then we end the game. Well, we wouldn't end the game. We'd be one turn off of ending the game, but we would just board wipe them. They'd probably just concede or not realize that they've already lost, kind of thing. Vessel, but we already know you don't have another monkey unless you have a third stretcher in hand. We're evolving. Avin. Now, is your A-Spec unfair stamp? It is. Lucky helmet. Ugh. Ah. Gross. That's okay, though. They're going to unfair stamp us. That's part of the reason that we didn't evolve the other two Gardevoirs, so that we have a little bit of draw, given an unfair stamp or an Iono. And this Itchy Pollen's not going to knock out our Scream Tail. Because, again, we didn't have to do the charm thing again. So, assuming the unfair stamp's not particularly beneficial to them, we can just Roaring Scream one of their Frostlasses. Slowking Cypher's actually goated. That's like the best thing they could have unfair stamped us into. Welcome in, Rotom. I think that message might eventually load. Slowking. Indeed, sir. Welcome in. Oh no, my Curlia will die next turn. If only I had a way to guarantee my other Gardevoir. Alright, so we do Gardevoir, and we do... Oh, we can get spicy. Let's put the Crobat in our hands. That won't win us this turn, but it'll win us next turn. I forgot that Crobat also wasn't prized. I was just so focused on Kyurem. Alright, refine that Poffin. He ain't doing anything. Ah, no KO for you. And then we are just going to Roaring Scream one of their Frostlasses. Actually, we're going to Roaring Scream their Croaky. I know this means damage will tick more, but I was just like, wait, hang on a second. If they find Candy Greninja, they have 2 energy on that, that would be devastating. So yeah. Although I don't know that they would know to target the right thing, I feel like they would leave a Slowpoke alive, in which case we still win. Because again, people just don't know this deck. So, assuming no Iono here, we just win next turn, because we Slowking, we Academy at Night the Crobat, and then we take 3 off of Badoo. Which is why this is so good right now, and I'm sad that it's rotating before the deck kind of truly comes online. So Critical Bite, this attack does 30 damage to one of your opponent's Pokemon, so it is Snipe, too. Even if they weren't active Badoo, we could just hit a Badoo on the bench. If one of your opponent's Pokemon is knocked out by damage from that attack, take 2 more prize cards. So a Badoo becomes 3 prizes, becomes half your prizes. Pretty freaking good, if I do say so myself. This hassle means we're not getting hand disrupted, because they already played their unfair stamp. So I think we've won. They just don't know it yet. Okay, Water Pond. They're going to Saw Block us, except they attached an actual energy to it, so they're going to actually just KO us. Okay. Oh no, I won't be able to retreat. The thing that you're knocking out, like... funny thing is, he's allowing us items again. If we didn't get this Crobat last turn, we could just find the Heavy Ball and cure him. Okay, yeah. Wrong thing to do. Gardevoir was absolutely the move here. If you haven't realized, I like this. Devo's annoying. Okay. How did they have the Devo in, like, 3 cards to hand? Shit. Well, that's problematic. Well, at least we can play items again. Irida for... We'll grab the Broski. Do we have Ralts in deck? We do. Okay. So we'll do that. I don't particularly have a good way to, like, Badoo lock them or anything. Yeah, so... We'll do that. Do that. And then I think we just have to pass. Actually, just in case we get... Well, I don't want to get Salve locked. Actually, Salve locking the active Slowking's fine, because we'll just attach the energy and use Seek Inspiration. So let's evolve both these guys, just in case we get Ionoed. And then... Yeah, we don't Academy, because we want to see more cards. That was actually awful. Their hand was Ogerpon, Countercatcher, Devo. Ugh. I mean, I know they played the Hassle and they could get those 3 cards, but the 8 cards out of the 20 in their deck that they saw were those cards. I'm sure they only play 1 Devo. So, just unfortunate. But what can you do? They have 2 options. They can Sob Lock me, or they can retreat into a Badoo and Item Lock me. Item Lock would be entirely useless against me, but they don't know that. They see 5 cards, or 4 cards in hand, 1 off the top of the deck, and, you know, they might think that I have something good. You dare use my own Academy against me, Potter? Chat, do I order frozen yogurt? If you wanted Froyo after dinner, we could have just gotten it. You should have said something. I wasn't like, oh my god, I have to start streaming at 7:39. Otherwise, it's over. Like... Alright, top deck, Drayton. Or Hyper Aroma. Or, I don't know, anything. I was asking chat, my bad. Chat, what should Depressa do? Oh, Curly is fine. That'll work. Let's evolve this Ralts just so we don't have a double, whatchamacallit? Sliver really doesn't win us the game here. We still need 3, so let's do that. That will help. We can... Let's Stretcher a Curlia, and let's Refinement Gardevoir, and then we'll see if we can't get a better supporter than Irida. Cypher is better-ish. We will use Irida here. Cypher's better for next turn. We don't particularly need the Heavy Ball anymore, right? Hyper Roma gets us, like, next to nothing. Ooh, do we think they don't have an energy for retreat? Do we think we could countercatcher them? Let's try it, because honestly, Heavy Ball, Ultra Ball, none of these other things will really particularly matter. So, countercatcher, a Frostlass, and end turn. We need 1 turn here, so that we can evolve one of these Curlies into Gardevoir. Sunny TCG with the rate of 52. Welcome in, Raiders. Sunny remembered I exist raid. Hello, friends. Hello, everybody. I love the raid emote. So good. Do they not have the retreat? If they don't have the retreat, we win. Infinite doors. That's a lot of doors. That sure is a lot of doors. Some might even say infinite. Thank you for the follow, Kit Kat. Thank you for the follow. Yeah. I'm repeating. I'm skipping like a record. Came for the cheeks, stayed for the beats. Thank you, Shadow. Yeah, we're doing some Heart Gold, Soul Silver music in honor of our king here, our liege. This hand is actually cheeks, speaking of cheeks. But we could shuffle with Hyper Aroma and we can try to do something. Try to make it work. We just need to find Gardevoir again. So let's do this. Let us refine that Kirlia. Ultra Balls are Gardevoirs. They are also the Crobat, which is what we actually really needed. Or you could just do that too. We'll just straighten just for insult to injury. Alright. We do this. We do have two... Okay, we do have 2 energy in the discard. I was like, we got 5 at some point. So yeah, we do this. You guys ready, Raiders? We're playing free rotation Slowking, which besides using the Gardevoir engine, also has Crobat. So Crobat, we Academy at Night onto the top deck. We seek inspiration. I wonder what card it will be. Oh my god, Crobat! And then we critical bite, 30 damage to Badoo, take 3 prizes. And that's how you win games. Felt like meeting a new person today. You are that person. Well, thank you for the raid. Thank you for sending all of your people to meet this new person. I appreciate it. Could there be infinity plus 1? God, isn't that a math thing? Like, there is technically. And I'm just too dumb or something. Is the number of doors countable or uncountably infinite? Guys, I am not a mathematician. I do algebra in my day job, and that is still, like, just enough of what I need. Like, all of the calculus that I took in college has fallen out of my head. Do not ask these things. Yes, Rotom is in here. I do know Rotom IRL. I'm one of his moderators, as it were. Oh yes, Depresso now gets the answer to their question. Does Depresso order frozen yogurt, chat? Yes, no, maybe. We'll be lurking, have fun, totally get it, Sunny. I get that feeling. Ah, we're starting Terrakion, cringe. But yeah, I get that feeling of, like, you know, finishing a stream, raiding out, and then being like, can't stay or can't stay in chat, like. Infinity plus 1 is still infinity. Yeah, that's what my brain says. But that's also, like, something I learned when I was in, like, 4th grade, and I'm sure there's, like, math that says actually infinity plus 1 is a thing. Alright, this, this Terrakion start is ultra not good, as the kids would say. Okay. What do we... Heavy Ball. Does Heavy Ball get us anything? It does not, I don't think. So I don't think we Heavy Ball here. We save it for refinement fodder. Yeah, so we don't play any Switch. Because you're not supposed to start Terrakion. Everything should be able to retreat. Because it should all be Psychic types that you can attach with Gardevoir. So you're not supposed to start Terrakion, and you're not supposed to start Kyurem. Or Regigigas, I guess, for that matter, now that Stellar Crown. Or, not a Stellar Crown. Prismatic exists. So we're gonna hope, beyond hope, that they don't know what the hell I'm doing and they knock out the Terrakion. Or, by some miracle of the good Lord Arceus, we can attach 3 energy to this Terrakion over time. Ditto Raging Bolt? I don't know that Ditto's exactly the tech for Raging Bolt, but okay. So, yeah, while we have a second here, and, the worst start you've seen, tonight, probably. Raiders, my name is Infinite Doors. Zach, you can call me if you want to use my real name, my government name. Um, I do a lot of variety streaming, so I'm a big Pokemon fan. I play the TCG. I've been really into Pokemon Go recently. I'll occasionally stream video games or like fan projects, like we've done a couple Pokerogue streams, if you know what that is. But I do non-Pokemon stuff too. Recently we, checked out Avowed. I brought everybody through the tutorial of that kind of thing. We did a full playthrough of Dredge, kind of around Christmas, New Year's. That was a lot of fun. Fan Rotom, what is this engine? Sorry, I'm getting hella distracted. And yeah, so if you like Pokemon content, I do that. I don't exclusively do that though. If that is for you, if you like Pokemon mixed in with other things, go ahead and drop a follow. It's free to follow. It doesn't cost you a penny. You can also join our Discord. It should be somewhere around me, depending on what platform you're watching on. We have fun there. We post memes and talk streams, and I'm trying to make this into a poem, and it's not really working. If variety content's not your thing, you're like, I am a TCG guy only. Cool. I totally get it. No harm, no foul. Catch me when I stream Pokemon TCG. I do kind of hang out in some other streams and their Discords, and sometimes post there, and their like promotion channels and stuff. So you might see me around. So maybe it's your jam. I don't have a Discord command. I don't have a Discord command because there's just a link to it in my profile. So I didn't see a point making the command. I have other commands, I believe, but not that one. Oh my god, please knock out the Terrakion. That'd be so pog. That'd be cool. Commands are so much easier though. I mean, I guess. I can think about setting it up. The commands they seem like they always break on me though. Oh, they didn't. No, they're on to us. Alright, actually, Earth of Us is pretty good because it means that we can Vessel the Heavy Ball and get a couple Psychics here. So we can throw away one Psychic, and we can attach one for the retreat coming up here. Actually, let's Refinement the Crobat. I want to keep 2 Psychic just so I can attach the next one next turn. Irida's pretty good. We can work with Irida, right? Hyper Aroma's... Yes, Hyper Aroma is into the deck. Okay, we can definitely work with Irida then. So, we grab 2 Kirlias and Slowking. I know, Japanese lists post-rotation have been using, the... whatever the new ace spec is, Maximum Rod or whatever it's called. That's cool, but the Hyper Aroma is how you set up in this Gardevoir version of it, this pre-rotation version of it, so, it just seems, directly better in my opinion. Because we have enough stretchers and Lana's A's and stuff that we can make the other happen. Okay, we're actually really set up here. Despite this Terrakion start, we will just retreat it next turn if it doesn't get knocked out and start Slowkinging. We have Regigigas in hand. All we need is the Academy at Night, but we have Cybermaniac in hand. And we're going to assume that they're not going to like Iono us because why would they? It's a Raging Bolt deck. Although it is a Raging Bolt deck with the Noctowl engine, so who the hell knows? Boss, we don't really mind. I would love for you actually to put down the area. Yes, that was one that's Stadium up. We love when they put down a Stadium first. So they're going to boss, I would imagine, a Kirlia here and take out a Kirlia. We are actually going to promote the Terrakion after that because we have the retreat and we need those energy and discard. We have no energy and discard right now. There is a world where they just bossed off the Terrakion again, in which case we cry and we just go next game. So I guess I explained this... Oh, they're bossing up the Slowpoke. Yeah, not particularly different. I guess I explained this before the raid happened, before the raiders came in, but we were playing pre-rotation, Slowking. As you can see, using the Gardevoir Curlia engine, because it's pretty freaking strong. But we also have fun toys pre-rotation, like Terrakion, Crobat, Onix. So with the Pokemon Go Onix, it does 50 damage per damage counter on it. So you just turn a Slowking into, like, a Mega Drifloon. It's pretty neat, pretty cool. It's kind of a shame that we're losing some of those fun little toys. Like, the Onix doesn't particularly matter if you're not running the Gardevoir engine, but, like, Crobat against Badoo, as you saw at the end of that last game, so nice. There's the Onix, speak of the devil. Okay, let's do this. We will refinement... We'll refinement the Iono. We don't particularly need that anymore. We're not going to really hand disrupt them too much. I think the third Slowpoke was in deck, right? Yes, okay. We will refine Drayton. He's okay. We only played 2 Draytons. But, when you have the Curlia set up, Cypher Maniac's just strictly better. We got the Academy Raw, which is pretty nice. So we'll still Cypher here. We'll Cypher for a second Academy, assuming that they're gonna bump. And what is the second thing we want? Probably second Slowking? Or we could do Lana's, actually, so we can get back Slowpoke and Slowking. I like that idea. And the Regigigas, for that matter. Oh, wait, we have to Onix here. I forgot Bolt's not Terra. But yeah, we can Onix, that's okay. Because we will do 300 damage with Onix right now with 3 energy. Yeah, so we're good. So yeah, let's refinement. We'll refinement memory skip. Keep the Regigigas just in case they try attacking with an Ogerpon at some point. Alright, retreats into the Slowpoke. This was the Slowpoke that can evolve, right? I should have done that first. That's on me. I mean, they're going to pitch their Squawk. We know what they're already doing. Yeah. It wasn't like promoting before we showed our hand really changed that decision at all. Alright, so we do all 3 onto Slowking, even though we only need 2 for the attack, because that will put 60 damage on it. And then we Academy the Onix. And then we seek some inspiration. I wonder what it will be. Oh, Onix, crazy! Raging Swing for 300. And just like that, you do 300 damage with a single prizer, chat. It's just that easy. And now is the part of the game where they go, what the hell just happened? And pause. Oh, sorry, I totally missed it in all the excitement, Sonny, but I saw that you followed, so if you're still lurking, thank you for that. I appreciate it. It's, I'm gonna be honest, chat, I think this is the most viewers I've had at one time. So, appreciate the raid, appreciate those of you sticking around. Because it's been, what, 10-15 minutes now, and apparently I'm entertaining enough for some of you. Either that, or you're just doing it out of pity. You just see a depraved man who could use some sort of joy in his life from a larger number. Ninja Man the First, welcome in. What a base deck does it work, though, LOL? I mean, we just knocked out a Raging Bolt with Slowking, so yes. The deck really falls apart when it sets up too slowly. So you don't see enough offense at the beginning of the game. Or if your opponent just has Dusk Noirs and blows up like all of your Slowpokes at once, or all of your Curlias at once. It kind of has the same setup problems that Gardevoir has, but it doesn't have as much of the comeback mechanics because you don't play like Unfair Stamp or a heavy Iono list. Yo, gonna Assault Landing the Slowking? Based? We do have Kyurem in deck, though, so we could just Kyurem, Fan Rotom, and the Hoot Hoot and Noctowl. If we can find it. What do you play, like, Ace-Spec? We play Hyper Aroma as our Ace-Spec. Because assuming that Ralts live, then you can Irida for Hyper Aroma, set up 2 to 3 Kirlias, and just get the engine online more consistently. Because, again, that first, like, turn or two is just so important to this deck. Once it's set up and going, it's very difficult to kind of break the stride of it. But if it does not get set up, if you get one Kirlia or Gardevoir in play, one Slowpoke in play, then it just kind of falls apart. Alright, we will start with a Refinement Manaphy, and ain't doing nothing in this matchup. Slowking is good. It does give us options for other plays. Let's Refinement Apophis here. Stretcher's also good. So we will Academy, as you might imagine. I have not played an Ultra Ball yet. No, I did play one Ultra Ball. The second was in deck. I'm entirely blanking at this point. Let's go gambling. The second was in deck. It was. Okay. Because of that Ultra Ball, we're going to grab Kyurem. And we're going to Kyurem here. So we will Ultra Ball the Psychic and the Gigas. Insert Regigigas Koopa movie noises here. And we're going to grab Kyurem, and then we will Slowking. We will Stretcher a Slowpoke onto our bench so that we can do something next turn. Psychic Embrace. No, I said done. What? What just happened? Why does my Slowking have 6 damage counters on it, but 2 energy? I thought it for a second it skipped my turn. I was going to be very annoyed. By the way, this game is entirely perfect. There are no issues with the TCG Live client. If you say otherwise, Big Pikachu will find you. And we take 3. Non-rule box Evo Pokemon are tough to find because you got a Razor Team Evo and Jacques, so Hyper Aroma makes sense. Yeah, the other thought would be to play Unfair Stamp like Gardevoir does, but Unfair Stamp doesn't necessarily see you finding your engine. Because, again, we just have to play other supporters like Drayton and Cypher Maniacs and stuff so that you can find Academy at night. So you can't really just rely on like Ionos and Kirlias as much as you can in a typical Gardevoir list. There's also a lot more Pokemon in this list. I think it's like something like 19 or 20 Pokemon in this list, as opposed to the Gardevoir's, you know, thicker, but not that thick. Actually, 19, 20 might be too low. It might be more like 22, 23 or something. We'll see after this game. I'll show you guys the list, because I haven't really shown it yet. Thick, exactly. We are very thin in the energy department. We only play 6, and our first or second game this stream, we priced 3 of them. We priced half the energy in the deck, which was... We made it work, but not well. Welcome in, Mr. Nick. I'm doing alright. How are you doing? The oh shit, Pheasantipity. Why did he bench another Fan Rotom? I mean, I guess to attack with the Fan Rotom, but I have 1 prize left. It doesn't matter what you attack with. Like, you should attack with something that has more HP than Gardevoir can take out. Because if you do this, I don't even have to find Slowking again. I just Gardevoir per game. Again, though, this deck confuses people. Because they go, oh, this is my game plan against Dragapult. This is my game plan against Regidrago. This is my game plan against Cloth Terapagos. And then they see this and they go, what the hell is my game plan? And while they're figuring it out, I'm wiping their board. Did I start with Terrakion? I did. It was an incredibly bad start. We managed to, over the course of 3 turns, attach 3 energy and retreat this Terrakion manually. Because, yeah, that was not the start that we wanted. There are 3 basics in this deck you do not want to start. That would be Terrakion, Kyurem, and I think he's gone, but the Regigigas, there he is. Because, obviously, they're not Psychic types, or they do not evolve into Psychic types, and they're not Badoo. Alright, we just win with Lana's aid here, because we just Lana the Slowking and the Onyx back. Actually, we could just Lana the Regigigas back. Doesn't particularly matter, doesn't particularly matter. This will do, yeah, this is a 330. I was like, it's an okay against Zard, right? That's its entire point. So, yeah, we do this. What is this? What is this? I gotta stop clicking so fast. Whatever this glitch was. What do you mean, a lapsed timer? Dog, that ain't it. I don't know what that is, but it ain't it. I don't want to attach energy, thank you. If you couldn't tell, I downloaded the client today. On this computer, that is. Jewel Breaker Found. No switch and no Turo. We live dangerously. You start the wrong thing, you pay the price. It still worked out in this game. But there purely isn't space for it. We just need other consistency cards. Switch and Turo, like, seeing those early as opposed to seeing Energy or Poffins or, a different supporter, it's just not worth it. You just need that early game consistency with this deck. And if you start Terrakion and you have nothing else, then you just go next game. I tend to build decks for best of 3 formats. I don't build them for best of 1s. This is a start, I guess. Like, Irida Hyper Room was great. Next turn, I would love a Poffin. You know, just like one of the best item cards in the format right now that I play 4 of in this deck. That would be cool. Oh, and they're gonna item lock us too. They're gonna Badoo us first turn. Oh no. We are in Spain without the S chat. I mean, we can Hyper Aroma this turn for Curlias, but that doesn't help us get more Ralts down. Okay, let's see. Otherwise, we're looking fairly good. 1 Ralts prized. The Memory Skip Ralts is prized. We do have Gigas. The Drayton prized. No, Stretchers in hand. 2 Ultra Balls. I think we're looking pretty good, honestly. We just need to be prepared for... oh, I guess there's a Slowking prize, too. But yeah, we just need to be prepared for the item lock here. Unfortunately, best of 1 is way too common. I mean, I like best of 1 from a casual, I'm just playing something this weekend kind of thing. But I'm going to build decks for best of 3 format, and not saying that I build decks to high roll. I'm saying I build decks to be consistent, so that they can see what they need 2 out of 3 games in the format and win. But I much prefer, I don't want to, like, spend my entire Saturday playing Pokemon. I want to play Pokemon for, like, a couple hours, and then get dinner and hang out with friends, and or, like, watch something on TV after I've, like, used up all my mental energy, like, trying to make moves and stuff. So, yeah. Just gonna Iono? Seeing that we played the Hyper Aroma? Yeah, okay. This is partially a bait for that. That's why we grabbed 2 Curlias, not 3. Because I would like to see, like, Curlia, like, a couple Ralts here. eh. Because we're not going to be able to use these poffins, so... Alright, Sniper Maniac guarantees what we want next turn, but we high roll, we get the Drayton, we hit what we want. We'll grab the Academy, just because we're going to be item locked here for a little bit, so none of these guys can come in. Actually, let's grab the Lanas. That'll come in line. That'll come in handy down the line, more so. Play a little teleportation bursty game here. If we find another energy, if we get lucky. Let's try it. I don't really think it can hurt. We can always just retreat and get the psychic energy off there, so. Some people are built different, yeah. Not me, dog. I go to regionals if I want to play for 9 hours straight. I don't want to do that just on my weekends. Does this game make anyone else's computer make a weird sound when playing this game? I mean, I don't think so. Like, I just hear the slight fan noise from my computer just because it's running. Is it like an animation sound that you're hearing? +1? Like, do you have the sound effects on in the game? And, you know, like, back when there was the bug where there was the metal jump scare where putting down a metal Pokemon caused the loudest noise you have ever heard. Could be something like that. Or is it literally like a whirring or something from your computer? Ah, stop giving me these poppins! Alright, we cipher... Honestly, I think we just cipher 2 Curlias. We draw into one, we refinement into the other. And we end turn. Of course, they hit the nuts here, they get Dragapult out, they attack the Ralts, they knock out 2. We only have 1 at play, and we kind of just lose. Like I said, this deck falls apart because of bad starts, and what we had here is a bad start. We had no Poppins until we were item locked. We have no Curlias. We just kind of have nothing. Yeah, I turned the audio off before playing on any platform. Yeah, it's, I mean, especially when streaming, I could sit here and have you guys listen to the default music or whatever, but that's no fun. I'd rather listen to, like, Gen 3 music. Yeah, we are up the creek without a paddle. I mean, we have Lanas, so the game's not over. This is just like regular Gardevoir come from behind deck. But this certainly complicates things. This will certainly make life a little bit more difficult. We could, I mean, if we got real lucky, we get Counter Catcher and we Counter Catcher up the Radzam. Radzam? Don't know why I said Radkazam. Yeah, we counter up the Radzam and buy a turn or 2 with that. Because we don't play, again, space restrictions. We don't play a rare candy in this list. So we have no way of turning a Ralts directly into a Gardevoir. Not that it would particularly matter this turn, because we don't have a Slowpoke in play anyway. But anytime that you don't see a Curly in play means that we're not attacking next turn unless we already had energy on a Slowking. Oh, pollinating again. Interesting. Okay. I mean, it does allow us to set up our Curlias on the bench here. I wonder why he did that. He didn't just press. So now we could do this. We'll grab... How many energy do I have in discard? Okay, it'll be 2 if that other Curlia goes down and retreats. So yeah, we can do Ultra Ball to guarantee a Slowking or our actual attacker, or whatever we want. And then... if he is smart, he will knock out the Slowpoke, but then we can swing with Gardevoir EX. We've got options. That Itchy Pollen was absolutely a mistake on his part. He should have just pressed He should have taken out 2 Ralts. Especially knowing that I stacked my deck with Cypher. He didn't know what I stacked it with, but he had to assume that it was Kirlia, right? Like... That's annoying. She had all of that in your hand. He didn't recon directive, though, did he? Okay. We are no longer item locked, so here's what we do. We promote this Ralt because we're going to stretcher back a Psychic Energy, or I guess we'll Lana's or something back a Psychic Energy, and we're going to retreat into Badoo, and we're going to item lock them right back. Yeah, we'll Lana. We'll save the stretcher for if we need it. We'll see what we kind of draw into with our 1 Kirlia draw here. I would love Counter Catcher so that we can counter up the Rad Zam and then whatchamacallit, and then item lock them. That would be pretty sweet. We did not get it. We have... Is there something else we can grab at the Poffin? Not really, no, because we've got 1 more Kirlia, so we should just save that for fodder. So we'll do this. Do this. And then we just hope they don't have another boss in hand so they don't take out this Kirlia here. We are still in it. I know it does not look like it, but we are still very much in it. 2 reasons. 1, they put down the Rad Zam, so anytime we find that counter catcher, we can kind of stick them. And 2, we have Okos on Dragapult, we have Kyurem to, like, you know, take out both your cloaks, we have Critical Bite to take out the Badoo and get 3 prizes. We've got a lot of come from behind mechanics as long as we can get a Kirlia to survive. Turrowing up fish. Okay, that makes sense. They're going to put it back down and grab boss. But that's going to be a turn too late. Okay, yeah. Making it harder for us to do that. Stick. That's okay. They don't have any other energy on board, do they? Oh no, they have 1 on that Dracloak. Like, if we can find the Regigigas, we can knock out the active. That doesn't seem like a bad play. By Poppin, Poofin. It's also the Kyurem. That's still a good play. Yeah, Stretcher Ralts. I mean, we still need... Or not Stretcher Ralts, Stretcher Kirlia. We still need to find, whatchamacallit. Still need to find Slowking. We have Ultra Ball, but that would be the worst way to do it. It is unfortunately the way that we're going to do it, though, apparently. Well, I guess we could play risky. We could grab another Refinement Ralts and see what we draw into. I don't particularly like that. Let's just grab Slowking. Because we will do this. 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 Alright, let's try not to get that glitch again, because I really don't want that in a matchup where extra 20 damage does really matter for a Phantom Dive. Okay. Let the animation play. Everybody take a breath. Okay, did not happen this time. I guess I was just too quick with it last time. And Seek Inspiration. Whoa! Plasma Bane. I don't need Plasma Bane. Where we're going, we don't need Plasma Bane. Unfortunately, we are 10 damage off from doing 110 to the active Dragapult mattering. Because if it had 20 damage on it, then we could KO with Gardevoir next turn. We'll do this, and... Against my better judgment, we'll do the Radiant Alakazam. I want to keep the Badoo in play for the Critical Bite. This also allows us to Critical Bite the Alakazam, if need be. But I didn't even realize Crobat was prized. I've been goofing this whole time, but I guess it didn't matter. Ooh, I guess there was a reason to do Dragapult 110, in that we could then hit with Gardevoir, leave it with 10 HP, and then Critical Bite it for 4. Lessons to be learned. Always improving. Yeah. I'm trying to... So if they take out the Slowpoke this turn, which I imagine is what they're doing, we're going to get the Curlia draw, but our best bet will be to either smack with Gardevoir or counterculture up like Alakazam and smack with Curlia. Literally slap with Curlia. So it's attack a slap. But that requires us finding a counterculture, which is going to be hard off of one Curlia. Potentially two, I guess, but probably one Curlia. So things are getting a little bit less surmountable, as it were. For the record, I don't think this is necessarily a bad matchup. I think this is a pretty even matchup. It just really depends on the start that we had, and we had not a good start. They kind of goofed and allowed us to be in the game longer than we should have. Should have been out of it from the start. They play Hawlucha. Okay, sure. I mean, that's not 3 KOs here, but okay, go off, King. Turo... Oh my god, are they going to Turo the Kazam and use it again? No, they're going to Turo the Hawlucha and use it again. Same... I mean... The effect achieved is the same. They will get 3 KOs this turn. Very good on you. Very weird list, but very good on you. Because now both those guys are 30 from dying, so they just Phantom Dive, put 30 on each. We'll give them the old thumbs up. Nicely done. So Ninja Man, to your point, that is one advantage Orezu has, is that you can play Orezu during the item lock. You can't Hyper Aroma during the item lock. But Orezu eating your supporter, whereas using the Irida engine, which we already use, does allow you to kind of Hyper Aroma more effectively most of the time. So I think it's probably the move. I wish there was a better way to show this. I guess we can go to the edit deck. No, that's even worse. Anyway, here's the list. So we've got a Badoo ourselves, in case we have to go second. A Manaphy, just because early Curums against Regidrago are really, really bad. We do a 3-3 of Slowpoke, Slowking. I use the Pogo one. There is I think Scarlet Violet base also has Heal 30, but it puts it to sleep. So, like, why not use this one while we can? I've actually had that matter into Badoo lock, in that you can just heal the Badoo damage every turn. We do still play one of the Pogo Slowbros. You don't actually evolve the Slowpoke. You could, but most of the time you just end up Academying this on and then using Twilight Inspiration when you don't actually have a knockout of viable. We've got 4-4-2 of Ralts, except I play Split with 1 memory skip, just because that can help when you're really in a bind early game. We do play one Screamtail. I found the amount of times people just left a Squawk ability was too tempting, so we just play one Screamtail that you power up, just like you do regular Gardevoir. And then here's our fun little attackers. So we've got Onyx, which can do 50 per damage counter, so it's Drifloon on steroids. Terrakion Cavern Tackles, 120, and then all damage and effects are prevented next turn, but you can't Cavern Tackle multiple times in a row. Crobat, Critical Bite, 30 damage. If it knocks out, take 2 more prizes, so 3 prizes off of Badoo. Sounds pretty freaking good to me. Kyurem. Kyurem is Kyurem. You know what Kyurem does. Regigigas, Jewel Breakers, 330 to a Terra. That's how you take out Dragon Bolts and Zards. And it's also pretty good against, like, Ogre Bombs. It's not a Pokemon. And then we play, item-wise, kind of a pretty standard item list. Poppins, a couple of vessels to find those Psychic Energies, a Heavy Ball, because we have a lot of these one-of attackers that we want to get out of the prizes in certain matchups. Counter Catcher. I thought we played 2. I guess we played 1. I might have played 2 at some point and cut it for something else. And then you have to play 4 Academy, 4 Stretcher, in my opinion. I've tried going to 3 Academy, and the fact is that everybody else has 3 stadiums, and so at the end of the game, if they play their stadium second, they can bump your stadium and you never get it back. 4 Stretcher, you get back whatever Pokemon you discarded for Twilight Inspiration. You get back Slowking, you get back Slowpoke, you get back Curlias. It's just too good in this list. And then supporter-wise, we're looking at 4 Iridas, because you can grab Slowpoke, Hyper Aroma, Slowpoke Stretcher, just any of that kind of jazz. 2 Cypher, 2 Drayton. This just helps you find, especially Academies. It's really the only way that you can find Academies in this deck is either put them on top and draw them with Curlia, or get them at the top, 7 with Drayton. We play 1 Iono. This one's kind of... I found myself playing into, like, control and stuff and wanting to change their hand size, so I did. Lana Zeta is really good on those turns where you don't really need anything else except to just set up another Slowking and get your attacker back. And then 6 Psychic Energy, because you can go thin because you're recycling with Gardevoir. So yeah, that's the idea. That's the gist of it. I agree with you. I was just saying the ways to get single prize Evo Pokemon are kind of bad, so Hyper Aroma is good. Yeah, Hyper Aroma... So, like, Hyper Aroma misses in the sense that it doesn't get, like, Crobat. But I think that's the only thing that it doesn't get that, like, a Jacques or an Arezu would. Or Arezu has to be stage 1 too, right? Or has it just only ever been used for stage 1s? Alright, so we're going second. So this is the kind of situation where we want to see Poppin and an energy in our hands so that we can do lock them. No energy, but we do have Irida, which we can get the whatchamacallit with Earth Vessel. Fire and Rare Candy, and not much else information. I'm gonna go Zard. Arezu gets 3 non-rule box Evo. Yeah, so it doesn't matter what stage they are. It is Zard, okay. I think we take a pretty favorable Zard matchup, just because we have Okos on Zard easier than a typical Gardevoir list. Obviously Gardevoir gets Oko'd back, but we can also do things like Counter Catcher and knock out the Pidgeot far easier, so... And we can Kyurem early game if they don't put down their Manaphy, which a lot of them don't because they think that you're playing Gardevoir. So you can kind of just like Kyurem away like Pidge and Charmanders and stuff if they're slow to getting set up. Or they play the Barrel engine and you're confused, but I guess that's what happens in Ultra Ball here. They did put down Manaphy. Didn't get much else going though, so... Alright, Poppin. Badoo is not prized, that's good. Let's check out what else we're looking at. Oh, Curlia's in deck. Regigigas and Kyurem are both there. There's a Slowking prized. Our Terrakion is prized, so there is a reason to play Heavy Ball. I'm always looking if we should just use Heavy Ball as fodder, or if there's a reason to play it. We're looking at Hyper Aroma's in deck. All our Academies are in deck. All of our Stretchers are in deck. Actually, this looks pretty freaking good. Irida for Slowpoke and Vessel. And we even drew into a second Irida, so next turn we can Irida for Hyper Aroma. Things are looking up. Itchy Pollen. It's so funny that usually these special sets don't change the meta at all. But they released literally one card in the special set, and it's like, it's an entirely new meta. Industrious for 1. I don't know. Okay. We can work with that. Gave us 2 Corellias anyway. Instant Charge. It's our friend Rotom. We drew into 3 of our 4 Academy at Nights, which is crazy. So we're going to refine one of them away. We do not need that many in this hand. Again, maybe I regret this later, but who knows? Fine. I think we have all 4 stretchers in deck, so we actually vessel away the stretcher. And then refine this. So here's something that's cool with this deck being a little slower, is that we can actually attach one of these Psychic to Slowking, and if we get another Psychic, speak of the devil, we don't have to put the Gardevoir into play until we're setting up another Slowking. So we can keep single prize, or we can keep 2 prizers off the board. We can keep the board all single prizers, at least for the first hit or 2. I would like, you know, a supporter or something. Be cool. Hello? Sir? Avin. Well, whatever item you're getting, you can't play this turn. How many energy weapon discard 2? I'm trying to consider whether it's worth refinementing the psychic energy or whether we should hang on to it in the hopes that we find the whatchamacallit? Find the Slowking and an attacker, and we just kind of like keep the Gardevoir off the board. I guess we could refinement one of the Gardevoirs. We have 2 in hand. Alright, so after all that, you just manually evolve Blizzard. Sure. Draden's nice. More Dratons are nice, but we also have Cypher. Cypher for our Slowking and for Heavy Ball for Terrakion is what I'm going with. Oh, or Crobat. We could Crobat this Charmander for 3. Let's do that. Cypher, Crobat, Slowking. This does mean we won't have a Slowpoke in play next turn, though. Or do we take our time here? Let's take our time here. Let's be smart. Let's be smart. I really want the 3, but let's be smart. So we'll grab a Poffin. And actually, you know what? We can grab the Counter Catcher and bring up the Barrel. Just make him spend a turn. Yeah, let's do that. Oh, yeah, okay. Never mind. Give me the barrel. I think we end turn. Yes, I know, I didn't attack. Oh my god. God forbid a man strategize. So if he has Candy Zard, then he could do Candy Zard. Use that to retreat to the barrel. But again, we don't have any Supervisors on board. We have a second Slowpoke now. We can grab there's Candy Zard. We can grab whatchamacallit. We can grab Regigigas pretty easily. And just take out the Charizard. The good thing about using Regigigas is that should he try to hunt our Gardevoir EX, the Slowking has the energy on stick, so we just don't put a Regigigas. Is he tail smashing, sir? You know that's a coin flip, right? Okay. Okay. Tail smash. Ashwood Gaming with the raid. Welcome in, Raiders. How y'all doing today? Let's refine the... I don't know, probably. I think we're beyond the point of needing that. Well... No, let's refine... Drayton. Carlia, refine the Poffin. What we're kind of looking for here is the Heavy Ball, which we can get off of Irida if need be. We will. We're also looking for the Slowking. But the Heavy Ball, which is not... Did I throw away the Heavy Ball? Oh, the Heavy Ball's also priced. Oops. Okay. Zach Smart. What the hell do we do then? Well, I mean, we can just use Slowking's second attack here. So I think that's probably what we'll do. Let's grab Stretcher. Oh, chat, you ready for this? Hyper Aroma. We grab another Slowking, and we are going to Seek Inspiration the other Slowking. Because Seeking Inspiration the Kyurem doesn't get us 120 for the active, but Seeking Inspiration the second Slowking does. Giga Brain plays. I just don't want to put a Gardevoir in play until we have to. Let's put down another Brawl. We only ever need 2 Slowpoke in play because they're not playing Duskmorris. So we Academy the second Slowking, and then we Seek Inspiration. Oh, dude, it's another Slowking. I've always wondered what happens if you hit Seek Inspiration again, but we will Super Cybolt. I don't particularly want to screw this up. But I've always wondered when playing Regidrago if you Apex Dragon and Apex Dragon, does it just break the game, or do you just get to like keep selecting Apex Dragon until your opponent just times out and concedes? I have no idea what's happening, but Pog. We're playing silly Slowking deck. Slowking, his first attack, discard the top card of your deck, and if it's a Pokemon that doesn't have a rule box, like not an EX, use its attack as this attack. So you just do all kinds of like weird shit with it. Except that time we did the weirdest thing of all, which was use another Slowking and use its attack. I don't know. Kind of saw that coming, but again, we've got 3 Curlias set up. 20 cards in deck. We're going to draw through half of our deck here. Pidge. Bird. Burb. We do want to shuffle our deck. There were things in that hand that we want, especially if they bump our Academy. So we might start with Irida here, if they do grab a stadium up here. It's kind of like assist from the games, more like copycat. Uh, that's the move that like copies your opponent's move or whatever, right? Copycat. Yeah, so we're going to want to shuffle so we can find our academies again. So we'll do this, and we'll grab Stretcher, because we're going to refine away the Crobat. It's really not going to matter. Assist uses a random move from your team's moveset. Yeah, so I guess it's kind of that, except you determine what move you want. You know, there's an intention to it. We will refine the other Irida. I don't think we need it at this point. And we'll refine the other Ultra Ball. Probably don't need that at this point. We can stick with one. And we found our Academy. That's really all we were looking for. That and Gardevoir, that is. So we'll do this, we'll do this, we'll do this. We'll... Ultra Ball. Do we want another Kirlia? I don't think we need another Kirlia, honestly. Oh, we want Regigigas. We don't have Regigigas. That's the part we didn't find. Yeah, I was like, we wanted the Ultra Ball for something. Brain no worky good. Yeah, there's like a bunch of Pokemon still on the deck. Stretcher. My liege. You've returned. Embrace 2 Psychic onto him. Wait for the animation so things don't get messed up. Because God forbid you try to play at the decent pace in this game. Academy of the Regigigas, and then Seek Inspiration. Whoa, what are the odds? Jewel Breaker for 330. And that is how you knock out 3 prizes with a single prizer. So if you use the move and you discard a card that isn't a Pokemon, do you just lose the attack? Yeah, your turn ends, you discard the card. So that is where the Academy at Night comes in. The stadium allows you once during your turn to put a card from your hand on the top of your deck. So once you have everything set up, you put whatever card you want from your hand on top of your deck, whatever Pokemon you're attacking with, and then you Seek Inspiration and discard exactly what you want. Wow, we had a lot of stuff in prizes. Did I not prize check properly beginning this? Heavy Ball, Onix, and Terrakion. This could have been very bad if we weren't playing in Zard, which, like I said, I think is kind of a favorable matchup. But yeah, if you Seek Inspiration and it's like a trainer or an energy or something, or like a thing with a Roblox, then it just discards the card and you attacked and that's the end of your turn. Too bad, so sad. So you need ways of stacking your deck properly, which we run mostly this Academy at Night, and then we run a supporter that also lets us do it in a bind, but the Academy's way better. It's so interesting that this build is running both Pidgeot and the Barrel. It's almost like a build from last year. But then there's like multiple Terror Orbs in it, so... Quick search for Fire Energy, because the Zard only has 1 fire on it, I would assume. So you remember when I was talking about the deck list and I said Lana's Aid is great for the end of the game when you just need to grab Slowking, a Slowpoke, and your attacker back? That's exactly what we're going to be doing this turn, assuming that Gardevoir doesn't go down. We will just grab Regigigas, Slowking, and Slowpoke. And just do it again. It's a very long deck search. Do you think he's out of Fire Energy? Do you think he's super routed back the wrong things? No, there we go. Okay. Radzard, okay, we don't particularly care. We're going to be taking 2 prizes here and going down to 1. Yep. Up goes the poke. Lana's Aid. Corpus of the Lake, what is your wisdom? Your wisdom is a Slowpoke, a Slowking, and a Regigigas. We are not even going to refinement here because our deck's pretty thin, and I don't particularly want some sort of weird deck out thing going on. Like, this list is weird. They might throw down a Chi EX or something. Like, who knows? So, we will do that. We'll Academy our Regigigas. And, let's find some inspiration, chat. Whoa, Gigas! And they don't have a Dust Noir, or a Duskull. I haven't seen Dust Noir or any of those pieces, so I doubt there's going to be some sort of, like, Thornton play happening here. So I think we just win. Because even Hand Disruption, we're going to have 3 Curlias, because there's 1 in there, that we can just draw back into the cards that we need, pieces that we need. Although, who knows? Maybe they hit us with that, like, Devo from earlier. Yeah, Iona really does not affect us. Like I said, we're going to draw all of these cards again. We can also, assuming that they're going to hit with the Radzard here, we can also just knock it out with Gardevoir EX. We don't need anything fancy for that last prize. No, they're going to leave Pidge active. Smart. But this is why we have the Onyx. Is the Onyx in the discard? It's not even in the discard. I thought you were prized. The hell? Do I have any way to win right now? No, because they had Manaphy down. So I actually think we just Psychic Embrace here and be Super Psybolt. What in the world? How did I get that view? Chat, am I just blind? Did I miss the Heavy Ball before? Not that it's going to change the outcome of this game, but we probably could have won like 3 turns sooner if I had played Heavy Ball. The Manda. Yo, Choice Belt on the barrel? Yeah, Smash is gonna do 130 to my my Vs that I totally play. Let's go. Hello? Is it me you're looking for? Here's the other question. How much fire energy does he have in deck still? He's got 3, so I guess he's got, what, like 2 or 3 in deck? He does have enough to power up the Charizard EX if he evolves. He must have super routed at some point, and I just missed it. Trying to play competitively and also talk to chat, difficult. Well, not undersell it. Alright, what's he gonna do? Hello? Hello? What are we doing? What are we doing, pal? It's like the GTS music, right? Alright, we're prime catching a Curlia to stall, but I have 3 energy in discard and can just retreat it? Okay, I mean, you're playing Team Yell for anti-control, I get it. Okay, you lose. I don't... Because I just KO with Gardevoir now. Like, this is Gardevoir's thing, attaching from the discard. I don't know that Brother did the math. No, I don't think he did the math. Miracle Force. Yeah, literally, unless you evolved to the Charizard EX, anything on your board was going to get knocked out by the Gardevoir, so... Fascinating strategy. I'm supposed to say there is none. Alright, we go again. How close are we to, I think we should hit Master League during the stream? Probably not, because we've already been going close to 2 hours, but... I don't know, maybe we hit that, streak bonus. My opponent won the coin flip and is deciding who goes first. My opponent will go first. I was going to say that we need to find Badoo, but starting Badoo also works. Get in the active. Is this Reggie's with Badoo? And like Pikachu and stuff? Okay, switch carding into their own Badoo. Yeah. Fez, sure. I mean, you have no idea what I'm planning, but okay. Forest Seal and Fez does not do you anything? Okay. Alright, champ. Alright. You're doing great, Sweaty. So we got a Ralts prize, we got 2 Curlia prize. Cringe. We've got... Oh, the 2 Slowking are in our hand. I was like, 2 Curly and 2 Slowking prize would be god tier bad. We do have our Kieran prized? Yeah, Kieran was prized. So there's a reason to do the heavy ball. Assuming it's in deck, let's find out. Tis. Okay. 1 Academy prize as well. Why is he giving me the sad face? He knows what he did. The other fun thing about our little Badoo squabble, is that, we will itchy pollen them to death before they itchy pollen us to death. So they're playing Cloth Terapagos with the Regidrago. I've seen that before. It's an interesting tech. I don't think Badoo is the tech for the deck, but, you know. Alright, we get pollened right back. Did we go with Drayton? No, because 2 Curly are prized, and we have 1 in hand, so the odds that this Drayton sees another Curlia is infinitesimally small. So I think we put down Slowpoke, I think we Cypher Maniac those 2 Curlia on top of our deck, and we call it a day. With an item lock, of course. Yeah. I think it's probably the best we're doing this turn. Take it slow. Obviously, they didn't see their double turbo. Otherwise, they probably would have attacked us and gotten rid of our Badoo. And they certainly haven't seen the Brute Bonnet Ancient Booster, because they would have done that so that they could get that extra damage and knock out our Badoo. So, Arvin, you still don't have a V on the board, so you can grab a Forest Sealstone all you want, buddy. It's not doing anything on Fez or Latios or anything. There's a bee. Little does he know, he's Ioning us into the cards we actually want. So. Or I guess he Arvin this turn. But I imagine he's going to Forest Seal for a double turbo and knock out our Badoo. Valiant! Ooh, spicy. I don't hate it. That said, still item lock, so if you're just going to retreat into the Valiant, you can take out the Badoo, but then this Valiant's staying in the active. Push this Ralts. I kind of want to just item lock him again. Just use Irida to grab a stretcher here. Once we refine it a couple times, that is. So let's refine the Drayton. I don't think we need that at the moment. We'll do this. We'll Vessel the Vessel. How many stretchers are we looking at? All 4. I might have said that before, I've just forgotten, but... Okay. Irida for Slowpoke and Stretcher. Nope. Put down the Slowpoke. Stretcher back to Badoo. Retreats. Attach a Psychic to here, kind of prepare that. And then Pollen. We're going to assume that he's going to Iono us next turn, but that's kind of okay. As long as we can find the Gardevoir again, we're in business. Or, hell, if we can find just the Slowking, Psychic, and Area 0, we don't need the Gardevoir for a turn. I would love to Crobat the Badoo for 3, but beggars can't be choosers. Dragon's also pretty nifty. I don't think this deck plays a lot of Gust. So, like, we've got the whole poison package besides the Brute Bonnet, huh? Are you forgetting something, friend? Okay, move Badoo. Sweet. We're gonna start with Academy and make them throw away stuff before we kind of show our hand here. Do something. Entertain me. Okay. Now let's refinement the Ultra Ball. We'll refinement the Poffin. We will. I guess we might as well Irida. We don't really have anything else to do this turn, yeah. Yeah, we'll Irida for another Slowpoke and for. I guess assuming the lock is going to break, Hyper Aroma. So we can get our Slowkings next turn. Yeah, let's do that. And then we will Pollen for the knockout on the opponent's Badoo. I'm just imagining two Badoos just having a slap fight. That's really sad. Hey, a Kirlia. I mean, I guess we did have a 1 in 3 chance of drawing one, but always welcome. How many energy we have in discard? We have 2. So we can promote the non-energy Slowpoke, assuming that they're going to Valiant or Badoo here. And then we still have options should we need to. Okay, sure. Why? I mean, I know you're drawing Dragon Sword, but that's a decision. Flipping the scripts. My Academy. That's okay. We assume they're going to play 4 Area 0, but they did start with a Stadium. So, assuming we go tit for tat with Stadium, we will end with an Academy in play. Well, they can't attack, because they still can't, like, switch card or anything. So let's promote the Energy one. I was thinking, like, oh, they're going to knock out or active after attacking on bits, but they can't switch here. And then they proved me wrong by playing Kieran. The fuck? Okay. Sure. Well, don't I have egg in my face, Mr. Weird Terrapagos list player? That's fine. We're still favored here. We're still doing well. We will. Let's start with that Hyper Aroma. Yeah, there's nothing worth profiting for, so that'll be our thing to do. And then we'll refine Manaphy. I don't think we need. We need to find our Stadium. And we could do that with the Cypher. In In fact, we're just going to put 2 on top because I really don't want the stadium to be bumped and get it next turn. So we're just going to do that. Yeah. We have Gigas in hand, right? So we have KO here. Yeah. Refine the... I think we've refined the bro. Sorry, bro. What will they pitch this time? Valiant. Yeah, I guess its time is done. That makes sense. Slowpoke. Gardevoir. Psychic Embrace. 1, 2. Don't let it glitch. And Academy. Gigas. And Seek Inspiration. So there's something interesting we could do here if they are going to attack with the Ursaluna. Because the Ursaluna would not be able to attack twice in a row, assuming no switch cards or anything like that, is we could use the Screamtail here to hit a bench Pokemon. Something with 160 or less, so like this Drago, just to get us to 1 prize. Fish! Iona? Boss. Bossing what? What are you bossing? What would you want to boss? You can't KO Gardevoir. I'm very confused by what they're doing here. Excuse me? For what? What would you even copy? Badoo with Itchy Pollen? I guess. So they're gonna switch in, they're gonna poison, they're gonna Itchy Pollen for 40? So they're still not knocking out. Alright, they don't knock out, and the poison doesn't knock out between turns, so we're still okay. So, like, what did that accomplish? I'm just trying to see if there's something spicy we could do, chat, and I don't think there's a whole lot of spice going on. Let's do this. I was trying to see if there's something spicy we could do with Screamtail, but there's no real point. We can probably just knock out active with Terrakion, right? Well, Terrakion really doesn't matter. We can knock out active with really anything. Let's refine the Iona. We're kind of done messing with their hand. We will... We'll Irida for... Was there a reason to Heavy Ball? I don't remember if there was or not. Let's just grab another... Well, let's leave a stretcher in case they IO us. We'll heavy ball. We'll heavy ball. We'll thin. Thinning is winning. Ashwin Gaming with the prime sub. Thank you, sir. Why can't I play the heavy ball? Oh, I'm item locked. Idiot. Okay. Oops. Imagine being smart. The Ditto's throwing me off. It's not a Badoo. Okay. We can still make this work fairly easily then. We still have an academy here. Yeah. I should have Lana's for an energy. Attach the energy to retreat into Screamtail. But I just totally forgot we were under item lock because I'm looking at a Ditto, not a Badoo. Why can't I play my heavy ball? Because that's exactly what you're playing against, Zach, is item lock. If you were looking for A tier gameplay, it ain't here, Chad. I'm sorry to tell you. Okay. So we'll do, let's throw down the Screamtail just to have that option available to us next turn. And then we will Academy, I guess, the Onyx? No, we'll Academy the other Slowking. We'll keep the Onyx just in case we need it. So yeah, we'll Academy another Slowking. And then we'll seek Inspiration and use its supersized bolt. Yeah, because we don't even die to this poison. I mean, I guess they could do Iron Valiant things if they wanted to. But, like... Okay. Like, that's... You still have to Iron Valiant, boss Gardevoir, put enough into play to do, like, a 260 or something with, like, Ursaluna. Or, well, you have Ursaluna, so you could do, like, 220 with Ursaluna. Put in Radiant Sneasler. Still not a KO. That's 240. I still just retreat the Gardevoir. We do have a problem, though, in that our 4th Academy is prized. So we can't Slowking easily. We've also used both Ciphers, so we're kind of up the creek without a paddle there. We do have Screamtail as an option. That's why I put Screamtail down. We have Screamtail. We're hitting the bench. Are they going to Badoo lock us? Is that the idea here? If that's the case, let's just Super Psybolt. I have 3 energy, right? 4 energy, okay. Yeah, we're gonna Super Psybolt here. I think this doesn't really change anything about the game. Because I still have the Screamtail option. So, we'll just Lana's for the Slowpoke and Slowking back. And, I guess, Gigas? And let's refine a couple things we don't need in case we get Ionoed here. The game is, like, lagging on me. I don't know why that's the case. We're not going to need the counter catcher. Alright, we'll Psychic Embrace 3. I don't think 3 is going to... I don't think 1 energy attach would make a difference, so we'll Psychic Embrace all 3 onto here, so that we have 2 in hand in case they try to do, like, a stall on the Slowpoke. Because then we can at least have 2 energy attaches for turns. So we'll do this. It will lag like crazy. We'll Psybolt. And then we have a lot of options next turn. We have a lot of options. I think we're in a pretty good spot. I just don't know this list well enough to know what the hell they might do. Lost by Gardevoir, okay. So they're doing that move that I said, like, Sneasler, Ursaluna. That's all well and good, but I do just retreat out of this. I guess they're going, oh, you only have one energy in your discard, but the other two in hand. That's why. Oh, shit. But we don't have enough to do 130 with, the Scream Tail. We only have enough to do 120. Yeah. Well, this could be a problem. Oh, I didn't want to click that. No, we just lost. I did not want to click that. I wanted to click Psychic Embrace and shit. Well, that sucks. Misclick for the loss. Hate to see it. I think we had it there if we just Psychic Embrace and we Scream Tail twice. Damn it. Damn it, damn it, damn it. Rip me. Don't play the Hall of Fame music after I fuck up. That's rude. Alright. I thought that might have been the last game, but I don't want to end on that. So, we go again. I'm doing the gamer thing. We do this so that we can retreat into a Badoo if need be. Okay. We're looking at a Monkey Dory. This could be anything, so I'm wondering if we play the Hyper Room or if we don't. Because if they Badoo lock us, we would want the Kirlias in hand, but the boss might draw an Iono. You know, Iono's not terrible. Let's Hyper Aroma. Let's bait with the Hyper Aroma. Let's do this. Leave one Curly on deck, and we say, you go, and if you want to Iono us, if you're playing Gardevoir or something and you want to Iono, go ahead, and we'll see what supporters we get off of it. Okay, now we're playing Gardevoir. Oh, just the attached pass. Oof. Big oof, my guy. Well, we're going to do this. We're going to do this. And we're going to Cypher Maniac and get really set up here. So let's Cypher for a Poppin and an Energy. We'll refine the Slowbro. We won't need that until the end of the game. We can grab it back with a Stretcher. We'll Poppin for another Ralts and another Slowpoke. Find the Energy. And then do the Poly. Are they just going pass? good. At least have a Curlia. I've got something potentially happening here. Arvin. What are they Arvining for? Because they can't play the items they get. Team Evo? But, like, are you going to Evo the Curlia? No, okay. Okay, we got Gardevoir. If we can find Kyurem Academy, we win. Let's try. Don't need Gigas in this matchup. I don't think we'll need Counter Catcher. Well, let's get rid of Ralts. Refinement A Gardevoir. We don't need two of them in our hand. There's Kyurem. Drayton, show me the Academy. There it is. Alright. Because we have 2 energy and discard. Yep. We retreat. We evolve. We Academy. We embrace. We Academy. And we seek some inspiration. And we Trifrost. Alright, that wasn't a real game. Our opponent just bricked hard. We go again. And to be fair, we affected their brick by putting Badoo into play smartly, but also they had nothing on turn 1, so... One more game! Oh, level up. Get some credits that I never spend on anything. Trainer points, that's what they call them now. Oh, rematch, it's the same guy. So what's he gonna choose? Was he burned by going second, or does he not want my Badoo? He wants me to go first. Oof! This is a hand. These are technically cards you're allowed to play this game with. Okay. Heavy Ball, show me a Ralts, please. No, don't show me 3 of my Ralts! Good God! Alright, well... Christ. So we had a terrible start, and 3 of our 4 Ralts surprised. Oh boy, okay. What in the hell? Sure, Spirit Tomb, it's not gonna matter. Oh, okay, they had a bad start too, though. We could do something. We will Aroma first. And then Curlia, our Psychic away. So that we can get a Poffin. I wanted to see what we got before we played the Irida. This, do this for that, and probably Ultra Ball, because again, if we find Kyurem here, we just win next turn. And Pollen. So the whole goal of this deck is to put Pokemon on the top of your deck and then just use Pokemon with the biggest attack stats rather than the synergy. Not necessarily biggest attack. So, as you saw at the last game that really wasn't a game, we used a Pokemon that hit 3 Pokemon for like 110 damage. So we weren't necessarily trying to do 300, we're trying to take out multiple guys at once. Well, we did kind of set up the Balloon Blast, interesting. but we still win here. Um, because we literally, actually, we don't even... We just cipher for the Kyurem. Structure the psychic energy back and win, right? Yeah, okay. So we don't even have to do the Academy, because Cypher Maniac just put the Kyurem on the top of our deck. So we just do this, Seek Inspiration, it's Kyurem, and we Trifrost. Yeah, so that attack does 110 to 3 opponents, which, if they only have 2 or 3 on the board, means that you just wipe their board and you win early. We do have attackers that will do, like, one-hit KOs on big EXs and stuff. It's really situational. This is what's called a box-type deck. Basically, it's a box of just every kind of option that you could want. Yeah, also this guy is... This poor guy. Yeah, we will do one more game because I want like a real game, not my opponent just bricking twice in a row. But we're gonna wait like 30 seconds so we don't repair to that guy because I'm not trying to ruin his Friday night. I'm not trying to bully a singular human being. It's not really the point of playing this game on stream. If I wanted to do that, I would just grab a friend and make them play private matches against me and bully them. But that's only fun if you guys can hear their voice chat. Hear their pain. A different person. Oh no. Oh no. They're Great Vaults here, and that combination of deck box and sleeves and stuff is the default deck that they give you with Prismatic. Oh no. Are we gonna bully a new person to the game? Chat, have we reached the bullying hour and I just need to stop playing? Because otherwise we're just gonna ruin people's lives. Please don't flip over like the EV or a Noctowl or a Hoot Hoot and show me that this is the basic deck. I'll get bullied again in this game. We'll do that at some point. Maybe after post-rotation. There's no point in having you build a deck that isn't going to exist in a month. Oh no, it is the starter deck. Oh no, chat. Chat, we can't do this. This could be considered a hate crime. We can't do this, I say as I do this. There's Reggie Gigas. Alright, so Kyurem is... No, Kyurem's right there. So one more game? I don't know. I think good old Arceus has said stop playing for the night. He's just feeding us, children. Poffin Crystal, yes. Poffin for Fan Rotom and either another EV or Hoot, and then Fan Rotom. This is the starter deck. This is... Because that's a Prismatic Poffin, isn't it? It is. Oh, and that's the bad Hoot. Yeah. 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 Re-elo, baby! Can't wait for this guy to stunt on me. I know this deck. There is no way that this deck can stunt any more than our deck can stunt. Shoots. Whatever it was worth keeping. That kind of seals the fate, because I was like, oh, do we, like, get greedy and, like, not have a Slowpoke in play if he returned KO? But, like, now we will. So, we do get greedy. We Cypher Maniac the, Kyurem and Slowking. Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm not really sorry, but I'm so sorry. And we cure him their entire bench. Oh, yeah, oh indeed. Oh no, that's Gore of my comfort character. Oh, the humanity. The worst part is we drew Irida Ultra Ball, so we could probably Slowking next turn, because we can guarantee Gardevoir. Yeah, you won't need that Noctowl anymore, buddy. I'm sorry. Grabbing another Eevee? Fez. Yeah, that makes sense. Fez and Skibbity, as the kids say. I have a friend who does a lot of judging at regionals and has judged the juniors and senior divisions, and it is a very real thing for a lot of the children to say Fez and Skibbity when they put it down. I repeat, the humanity. Interesting to Academy a card when you're gonna Burning Charge and shuffle your deck. Don't know if they really thought that through. Maybe they did and they're trying to thin their hand, but it's not like they're playing the barrel or something, so. Again, though, I think this is somebody who just started the game. So I think we're trying to find strategy and logic where there isn't much. I mean, they're playing the deck well for what it is. It's just, unfortunately, very underpowered. Oh my god, they gave me the Gigas as my top deck? This is bullying. Right? Because I can... Okay, yeah. Okay. This should not be illegal, actually. What this is. And we'll seek inspiration. Oh my god, the Regigigas. Crazy. And then they give me Irida Stretchers in my prizing. Oh my, the game wants me to do this. You can't blame me for this, chat. You can't. This isn't my fault. Like, it's asking for me to do this. Trumpet. Okay, I mean, as long as we don't get hand disrupted here, we Irida for Stretcher, we Stretcher back Slowking, we Stretcher back Regigigas. And we end this man's whole career. Yeah, that's what we do. Right? Like, we still have a... Oh, no, we don't have a Stretcher left. So we do need to find a Slowking. But we could also Irida for an Ultra Ball, right? Yeah. Okay. Nothing has changed. Or, hell, we have Hyper Aroma. Yeah, that's just mean. Okay. 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 I am so sorry, little one. Let it be known that when I do the learn to play at my local league with, like, literal children... Oh, we've got that glitch because I clicked too fast. I don't do this. I don't bully them. I'm a good teacher. That was a massacre. I kind of wanted to end on like a good back and forth kind of game, but I think the game's saying no. I think the game is saying end the stream. Uh, so yeah. Yeah, thank you guys so much for hanging out. Thank you those of you who are still hanging out from the raid from earlier. Really, really appreciate it. If you liked what you saw, reminder, I am a variety streamer. I do Pokemon content fairly regularly, but it's not the only thing I do. I do other kind of stuff. I do a lot of like roguelikes and action and RPGs and yada yada yada. So I do all kinds of stuff. So if you like the Pokemon stuff, feel free to drop a follow. If you don't like the other stuff, just skip those streams. If you like variety, maybe I'm your guy. Maybe this is something that you'll enjoy. If you do find yourself enjoying it, we also have a Discord. The link is somewhere around me, depending on the platform that you are watching on. So just look for that. It's in my profile. It should be pretty easy to join, and we hang out there. I post when I go live. We chat games and cards and all that jazz. Let's keep the love going. I'm gonna raid you guys out. Let's find somebody to raid. Let's see. This person says they're in the Pokemon trading card game category, but it looks like they're playing like a Souls-like. Cool. Let's see. Ooh! Oh, wait, that's... Okay. I'm gonna send you to this person. They're playing Gardevoir. It looks like regular Gardevoir, not my randomness. But go ahead and show them some love. Pass on the love that you guys showed to me in the raid, if you're still hanging around from that. And, yeah, I don't know when I'm gonna be live next, so the best way to know when I am is to drop a follow. So please do that if you are interested. Otherwise, I hope you have a great rest of your Friday or beginning to your Saturday, depending on where you are in the world. And, take care of yourselves. Bye.